like, oh, gonna adjust it.
It would truly be the ultimate.
Oh my goodness. This is going to be the set of a century. We got a hero versus, is that Lucas or Ness? I didn't see it.
It's Lucas.
Oh my god, it's Lucas.
And this is a silly, goofy matchup.
I love Lucas so much because he just brings so much chaos.
He does in theory, but like it's so awkward against a character like Hero, who you have to contend with, you know, not necessarily frame data, but you do have to contend with where you win pretty handily. You have to contend with disjoints, a lot of projectiles, and it can just be very awkward for Lucas to consistently find a way in with how technical he is.
You're just really taking control of the stage here and just really demanding a lot out of Yuba.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Oh, recovery on. Oh, okay. I was going to say, if he doesn't punish that.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you hit them with that tornado, they actually confirms into down air and they die.
That's insane.
So, yeah. Thorn there looking for the edge guard, setting up bounds right, taking PK fire, taking some of these projectiles off the equation, and some poor DI there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we can DI that a bit better, but that's okay. Yuba really coming back here, trying to get some damage on this hero.
Yeah, and Yuba was trying to scout the set a little bit farther ahead as well. And mentioned, right, like, notably, if you look up in the top right of the screen, you'll see, hey, he's from Japan. He was talking to me about this and doesn't read English that well. This is a hard matchup.
This is really difficult. I never even actually considered that the language barrier when playing hero is something that you have to deal with.
He was concerned about this one. He was concerned about it, and you know, Thorn, as we've seen, right, isn't a hero pulling out menu too much, and in a position like that, Yuba can kind of expect what's coming, right? You're looking for zoom. If not, you're probably just gonna up special back.
I do see that some hesitation on the selection there with the. Yeah.
Yep. And Yuba just has to wait and react to the startup on a lot of these, which optimally is how you play hero against hero a lot of the time, is learning the animation startups, but it certainly helps to be able to read and know what their options are, and Yuba just hasn't been able to do so.
Well, actually, I believe Thorn is the hero, but that is so
I'm
tragic.
saying Yuba hasn't been able to read the menu from
being able to tell.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you don't know what their options are, how do you?
Yeah. Wow. That was a fast set. I hope that we can get another set out.
Yeah, well, we will definitely see at least one more game between these two. I agree with you, though. I do hope we see a game 3.
I always love to go to game 3 personally because I feel like you just get the best match out of the game.
Exactly. Give me game 3s, give me game 5s, give me bracket resets all day long. I'm sorry to all the TOs, Lay, because I know it makes your lives so much more difficult, but also, I'm a caster. I just want the best Smashy Bros, and I want as much of it as possible.
I mean, I love a hot set as much as the next person. Don't get me wrong. I would run all best of 5 if I had the opportunity to, but you know how it is sometimes.
If you want to run all best of 5 and you're not sure how, you should go look on Twitter where Cactus put together an incredible guide on how to do it.
Shout out to Cact. How to run a best of 5.
Yeah, all best of 5.
Major tournament. He has created a great article on that. Please check it out at cact.gg.
Yep. If you go to cact.gg, so CAGT.gg, you'll be able to find that article. Cannot speak highly enough of Cact's TOing skills, and also just of how well written that guide is. It's incredibly useful to read if you're a TO.
Getting back into the game here, Thorn with some serious percentage on him, but maybe lose his stock here if Yuba's able to. Not able to land that one. That's okay.
Yep. However, I like the idea there for Thorn to try and full commit in, but Yuba has made some great adjustments, recognizing that, hey, Lucas has the frame data advantage here, has the activity advantage on his hitboxes, and so is just preemptively throwing out stuff where he knows Thorn
calling out that roll. That's amazing.
And now getting stuck in Kaklang, he was looking for the spike hitbox there, and gonna use the incredibly active down smash. But we see that for 2 framing most of the time, but you can totally use it to call out Kaklang as well.
Some serious action. The crowd's going wild over that one. Oh, and that's going to take Yuba's first stock. Wow. Yep.
Getting caught here in the corner, though, is not where Yuba wants to be.
I feel like in this matchup, it's super essential to just be able to space yourself and to be patient. And Thorn really throwing it out here for a game 3, taking his own stock for that one. Okay, we got a bounce in action. What are we going to utilize this for?
Honestly, right now
nothing.
he's just making you
Perhaps
sit there.
nothing.
Hey,
Oh, that was so close.
so this is one of the moments he's still. Yep, you're still alive, and that's one of those things where Thorn recognizing, hey, Yuba, again, can't read this, so I don't have to pick these options quickly. I can just stand there menacingly, right? I can look for these menus sometimes, and just, you literally can't do anything. You have to wait for the option, and Yuba with the tech there to hold on.
He's being so patient as well, just being willing to keep in that freeze and not automatically mash out, trying to mix up his timing. I really appreciate that on Yuba's part.
You also have to remember Lucas does have a reflector. Not just Thorn.
Yep.
Oh? No.
That being said, the reflector also, production talking about the reflector, but the reflector not necessarily fast enough in a lot of matches where you can react with it, especially on a stage like Smashville.
Absolutely.
So, it's less of an option than trying to game the fact that Yuba hasn't been able to preemptively call out some of these menu options.
Oh my goodness. Just barely missing the spike on these.
And looking for the multi-hit to find the push under the stage. That's going to be enough.
Wow.
Thorn not finding Zoom when push came to shove.
And that is enough for a game 3, everybody.
And Yuba really cleaning it up after that game 1. Got a smaller stage. Utilized that center platform to perfection. It can be a very polar stage choice because just like Lucas, if Hero gets center stage control, it's kind of hard for him to lose it because he can just wall you out with those projectiles. He can just sit under that center platform, right, and control space very well, anti-air you. But Yuba was just able to force interaction. He won the first neutral and then kept forcing interactions from a position where he knew where Thorn had to jump because to find a way in.
Absolutely.
And just would preemptively throw out these neutral air hitboxes and keep the pressure going. And Thorn was never able to really get back on his feet afterwards, and now, you know, you're seeing, right, game 3 counter pick, Thorn taking him to PS2, the largest on-stage space we have in competitive ultimate.
And I'm curious to see how Yuba is going to use this stage because I feel like with the last game in comparison to the first game, what Yuba was really working on is his spacing and also just utilizing being able to step back and making Thorn come into him. But on a stage like this that is so massive, I'm actually interested to see how this is going to play out here. I think we're going to see, a lot more projectiles, obviously.
And I like, you know, that's one of the, right, RNG factors, quote unquote, from here in this matchup is when are you going to find your bounces? They're coming eventually, but the question is
oh
when.
My goodness.
And no crit needed, just a fully charged tipper up smash. Gonna be enough to do it.
He called them out and he said, I'm here.
And, you know, some people say this is glowing like a Christmas tree, but it's also glowing like Pokemon Stadium. Thorn using this as some additional camouflage. And the damage. Gonna find the angle to Yuba, finding the way back to Snake Dash to get the reversal. Just
the snooze
like that.
landing.
Oh
my goodness.
Crazy call out.
That would have been insane to kill.
That would have killed on a crit, but, you know, instead it's just gonna put you off stage. You get some buffs, find some stage control, but Yuba once again still finding a way to work his way out of these very scary positions. And when you're playing a floaty character against Hero at ledge, and honestly, it's really impressing me the creativity with which he's creating these openings that don't exist.
Yuba really trying to close out this first stock here. It's a struggle. It's almost like his second stock will go before he can do it. But I believe in the power of the Yuba.
He looked there for the down tilt, tried to call out any option other than jump. Unfortunately, though, that was the one Thorn picked.
Oh, just missing it, but barely any. Oh, and there's the punish with the.
Wow.
Oh, that was beautiful on Yuba's part.
I was gonna say crazy set of callouts.
Yeah.
And now, though, the PK freeze gonna just not find its mark when push comes to shove Yuba in a sticky situation, and
there's really nothing you could do at 145 at that point. Yeah. You're taking time.
90% of the casters can't get away from that move.
No.
Yuba does have an option, which is pull out that magnet, but once you're already caught in the win box, it's too late to get on started. Yuba, though, now finding the drag downs, finding the resets here, and stage control to boot, keeping this one close, but the thing that truly belies the course of this set is not the percent count, but the stock count. Right, Thorn having one extra run to work with. Yuba needs to find a quick opening and a quick stock here if he wants to stay in this one, because he is taking a lot of damage in these back and forth.
Thorn is really trying to go in and get a grab here. I appreciate him really trying to capitalize it on Yuba's one stock left, but he also has to. I think he has to realize he has 74%. That's pretty close to close this out still, and could be an even game still.
Yep, because as soon as Lucas takes the stock, his magic
number
with the iframes, he called him out again. Yuba may be behind on being able to read the menu, but he's been ahead on being able to read his opponent, calling you out
Damn.
left, right, and center. That is where he's created his magic, and now the magic percent is 40 lay. Because once you get there, you get down air loops, you get neutral air loops, you get so many strings that Lucas can just make you explode halfway there and
Sitting at
finding it
109,
now.
slowly just getting some percentage on the board here. This is sincerely an even game. We just need a couple more percentage and we can do it.
Yeah, and he found the heal down below, got 20% off that bang, and just like that, like, this one might be starting to slip away from Thorn, finding the parry, but just hasn't been able to land a hit. Yuba is locked and loaded in here, but how can he find his way back to stage?
I think as long as Yuba is able to get to stage here, which
Wait,
he is,
wait.
we are able to get a combo going.
Not going to die off the up, though. This is Yuba's last chance. That could have been it, but instead he's going to find the advantage state, missing
Oh,
the
with
tech.
the parry.
Heck, in the reset, that was death as well, but Thorn going to drop it this time around.
We got to slow it down. These guys realize we got 3 minutes on the clock. We have a hot minute percentage on
Hold
ourselves.
on.
And it's anybody's game at this point.
Yuba looking for that F smash there was absolutely insane. Thorn, though, knowing he has to just use his sword, knowing he's put in advantage. Once his bouncer is gone, he is just sitting back. Are you kidding?
Yuba takes the game
Are you
and the set.
Light, are you kidding me right now?
The best comeback of the season, I would say, Yuba taking that game.
And that was just, when we say, right, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, right? That is what we are talking about. It's one interaction
Without
at a time.
doubt.
Chipping it away, waiting out the bounce, waiting out the zoom. In those percents, in those situations,
Being
right?
patient.
You can feel the pressure building. Your play is going to get sloppy, but you know that so is your opponent.
Absolutely.
And Yuba took perfect advantage of that. Combined, again, right? We talked game one, and I know I keep bringing it up. He was struggling to read the menu, but at the same time, it doesn't matter if you can read the menu when you read your opponent that well.
Absolutely.
And he just kept calling out Thorn. It felt like Yuba was 2 steps ahead as that set grew to a close, and why we're seeing Lucas on the victory screen right now. That was a banger set.
That was a banger of a set.